On the 5-year anniversary of COVID-19, the Pew Research Center surveyed nearly 10,000 adults in the U.S. to evaluate their views and experiences of the pandemic. And we did our own little casual survey right here in the capital region to see how we're all feeling about COVID now, 5 years after it took the world by storm. For some, COVID seems like a distant past.
People forgot what it was like.
You think they've already forgotten?
Oh, yeah.
But in many ways, people we spoke with in downtown Schenectady found its impact still ricochet through society.
Yeah, I mean, I see people wearing masks all the time.
It's still around.
That's exactly in line with the findings of a recent Pew Research Center survey of 10,000 American adults.
Majority says it's really not something we need to worry about much day to day anymore. But at the same time, it was so clear the powerful impact the pandemic had on so many of us in our survey.
Of those surveyed, 3/4 say the pandemic took a toll on them, but most say they've recovered, at least somewhat. The Pew survey found 21% of Americans still see COVID as a major public health threat. It also found a huge percentage of people now work remotely, some or all of the time.
I don't know if it's ever going to go back to what it was previously.
And 60% of those people say working remotely makes them more productive. Julia Brisbane says she's left teaching, in part because of the impact she saw COVID have on schools.
Having COVID on top of our struggling public school systems already, it really is creating a larger opportunity gap than even there was before.
We saw some real disruptions here with closures and learning loss, really, and in some ways we're still coming back from that.
Looking ahead to the future, Pew's survey found 40% of Americans say the country would do better responding to a future health emergency compared to the response to COVID. In fact,
7 in 10 say their own community would do a good job dealing with a future health emergency.
CBS 6 is looking back at the COVID-19 pandemic, New York State's response, and how our lives remain changed to this day. Lessons learned 5 years after COVID-19. Our special report airs March 25th at 7 p.m. only on CBS 6.